Did you know that in the 2024 president election, there was only one living president that endorsed Donald Trump? And the president to endorse him was Donald Trump. He had to do it alone. Donald Trump didn't even get an endorsement from any former president or vice president in his own party. Check this out. Former President George Bush Sr. and Trump's former President Mike Pence, they did not endorse any candidate. Those two refrained from any endorsements at all. However, former Republican George Bush Jr. endorsed and campaigned for somewhat Kamala Harris. George Bush Sr.'s Vice President Dick Cheney endorsed Kamala Harris as well. Former Republican presidents and vice presidents endorsing Democrats. This is unheard of. Think about it. The oldest president still alive, Jimmy Carter, said he only wanted to stay alive long enough to vote for Kamala Harris.
And the oldest living former president, Jimmy Carter, says he's voting for Kamala Harris in November. That's according to his grandson. Carter is just 2 months away from his 100th birthday. He told his grandson he's only trying to make it to vote for Harris.
Which he did at the ripe old age at 100. He ended up voting for her. But President Bill Clinton,
I believe she has the ability to be a really fine, effective, transforming president.
endorsed Kamala Harris and campaigned for Harris, along with Hillary Clinton, who Donald Trump defeated for the president of 2016.
Well, Hillary Clinton, she's on the campaign trail in Florida today, rallying for Kamala Harris.
Celebrities, union leaders, and elected officials also took to the stage on night one, along with the party's 2016 nominee, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
The future is here. It's in our grasp. Let's go win it.
Former two-term, 8-year president Barack Obama,
while campaigning for Kamala Harris.
When he's not complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. Have you noticed that? Who does that? You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise. Gold sneakers, $100,000 watch. It's supposed to be Swiss watch, he says. The best watch. Why are you selling the watch? What are you doing?
Campaigned and endorsed Kamala Harris, as we know. And we also know that he was the driving force behind President Trump's entering the political arena. President Joe Biden endorsed and campaigned for Kamala Harris.
Let me ask you, are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz?
And if all of these past presidents and vice presidents who have received hundreds of millions of voters' support were going up against one former president, you would think that this would be an easy victory. And did you also know that over 200 former Republican staffers from Bush, McCain, and Romney, Republican Party, also went against Donald Trump?
And now to the race for the White House. More than 200 Republicans who worked for both former President Bush's Senator John McCain and Senator Mitt Romney have endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president.
And endorsed Kamala Harris for president. This was being planned and set up for a clean sweep. We're just getting started. Trump is now the only president that has debated 3 presidential candidates. He debated Hillary Clinton.
Who can shoulder the immense, awesome responsibilities of the presidency?
You've been doing this for 30 years. Why are you just thinking about these solutions right now?
Joe Biden.
More asylum officers.
President Trump.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
And Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
See you. Have fun.
Thank you.
Welcome to you both. It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
This is something that America has never seen and probably will never see again. And what Americans will never see again as well is the time that surpassed prior to the elections of 2024, where Trump was spending most of his campaign time in trials around the world, or around the United States. Atlanta, Georgia, New York City, the raid at Mar-a-Lago, the J6 committee hearing. Please note that this is not good press. And speaking of negative press, that was against him as well. The media outlets, after being tallied with positive to negative press for candidates, looked like this.
So USA Today, the Washington Post, the LA Times all said they're not going to endorse. And then you see this Media Research Center
report. This not should surprise anybody here, but 85% of the coverage of Donald Trump is negative. For Harris, 78% is positive. How could you possibly expect to be looked at as fair? No one is wrong 85% of the time and gets at least 70 million votes.
You would think at this point that even your dumbest friend could win this election with the help that was given Kamala Harris. But wait, there's more. No president's character has ever been attacked like Trump, ever. I don't even know a person whose character was attacked like Trump was. Americans were hearing that Trump was a racist and now a fascist and now a Nazi and now a misogynist. That is like the superfecta of identity attacks if you've ever seen them or heard them. It's there. And as his identity was being assassinated, so was his physical life, a bullet clipping his ear during a campaign rally. And immediately after he was shot, he gets up and he's pumping his fist saying, "Fight, fight, fight." And I'll be honest with you, during the short time when nobody knew whether it was fatal or not, he was off to the races, to the doctors. The only thing many people could think of was that if he doesn't come back, if he was killed today, I will remember the last thing he said to America. Fight, fight, fight. His legacy wouldn't have died, but it would have went on like it's doing now. But wait. Another assassination attempt was waiting for him 2 weeks later on his golf course. And thankfully, it was stopped before any shots were able to go off.
Was caught and stopped. Probably between 300 and 500 yards, but with a rifle and a scope like that, that's not a long distance.
But after that, the character assassination didn't slow down. It only got worse. And the endorsements only got better for Kamala Harris, who was operating with over $1 billion now in funding, while Trump's campaign was still hawking stuff.
You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise
to get whatever they could. Kamala Harris destroyed Trump's campaign with monetary and media hype campaign power.
Kamala scared donors by calling Trump a dictator, got $1 billion, then just gave it to her friends and blew the rest on being a diva. Kamala went on a podcast, remember Call Her Daddy? But she didn't want to go to their studio in LA. So she made the host fly to DC and used campaign cash to build a fake set in a hotel room. She spent more than $100 grand to build it. That set, see it? 2 chairs, a coffee table, and a bookshelf. That's 6 figures. Now, we looked at the set, we probably could have done it for around $6 grand.
Trump was relying on podcasts and rallies with a message making America great again. Selling shirts and hats and telling Americans that we're going to be okay. You're going to succeed again. You're going to be safer. And as Trump's campaign now had a totaled $348 million they spent wisely and even had, I think it was like a $30 million surplus left over, while Kamala's campaign spent frivolously over $1 billion and ended up $20 million in debt. Sound familiar? The media polls, just as they had hyped up Hillary Clinton to win the election, Kamala Harris supporters were made to feel confident, which I would too, and feel free to celebrate early, while Trump campaigners were still attacking votes.
They didn't work. America's not stupid. And I am very excited for the next phase, but we have 2 days left. And the message from the Trump team, President Trump and me, is one thing. Please get out and vote to save this country.
Trump ends up going on Joe Rogan's show and getting that endorsement for free.
Hello, world.
Hello, world.
We just wrapped up a great podcast.
We had a good time. I think you'll find it very interesting and enjoy it.
And when Joe Rogan asked Kamala to visit the set, she wanted teleprompters and pre-written questions. And that interview never happened. But why should that even need to happen? Because Kamala Harris had the money to buy Hollywood stars and performers to boost her ratings and the fan base that she was going after. These were paid-for-play celebrities that she used for symbolism over substance that would entreat the masses with Kamala Harris's show, while Trump was using any supporter who would freely come and do it for the love of the United States of America.
I just want to say, I grew up a Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. I'll tell you what.
And now, of course, the mainstream media, the legacy media, whatever you would like to call it, of course they were saying, yes, Kamala, go baby, go. We got this. Of course they were. It looked like they did. It looked like they had the greatest show on earth going on. Kamala had the politicians, the celebrities, the media, the money, and all of the momentum of the airwaves, the internet, Google, Facebook, Meta. She wasn't a felon, nor was she called a racist or a Nazi or a fascist or a misogynist, and all but people making jokes about her crazy laugh, her character was still intact. She was practically spoon-fed a victory to take the White House. But maybe hocking gear and working hard, never giving up, fighting with all you have, overcoming the pain, overcoming the fiery darts.
You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise. My favorite is the Trump Bible. True story. True story.
In connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our founding father documents, yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected. Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this God Bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country. And I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country. In the end, we do not answer to bureaucrats in Washington. We answer to God in heaven.
Having faith even when all the odds are stacked against you. Defending yourself when you feel as though you've been mistreated. You've been mishandled and wronged. Being called every evil name known to man. Taking a bullet and getting back up to sell more Bibles. Just to thank the good Lord above for being alive in order to fight another day for this country. Doing all of this because you love God and country. Does the country mean this much to you? It meant that much for enough people to say, yeah, I think I'll take my chances with this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you all for watching. I thank God above for your presence to be here right now, and I want to ask you if you would like, subscribe, and if you'd like, click that notification button. You'll get more of this information out when we get it in. One love, have a blessed day, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.